right, I got a really interesting quick question for Alice about what happens when your team leader loses the top and also loses face with their team. What do you do as one of the team members? What do you do? Great question. Okay, first and foremost, when your team leader loses face, there's something that's happened. That team leader, I would suggest, is suffering from, I can't be found out because I don't know everything. So perhaps they've been really, really great at certain aspects of their role. They may know what needs to get done. They may be very, very skilled in how to make the play happen. But what they're not maybe very skilled yet is with the soft skills of how to bring everybody with them on a mission, how to bring everybody with them with the goal. So they haven't yet earned the respect of their team wholeheartedly. And what you'll find is this captain or this team leader, they're not yet a captain, this team leader will end up doing a lot of work by themselves. So they're not clear on delegation, they're not clear on asking for help, because they find it perhaps a weakness. So what you'll find is they'll do the opposite. When they're not getting what they want, they'll have a temper tantrum. They'll have a temper tantrum and they'll walk out, or they'll scream and they'll yell, and then they'll shut down. And that's a 2-year-old temper tantrum. So this is the time, if you see one of your team leaders doing this, you need to go and have a conversation with them. Because you got to see that really what they're doing is a 2-year-old behavior in an adult body. So they're having a bit of a breakdown. And I always see that behavior and I think, okay, what are they really looking for? What they're looking for is guidance and boundaries. Guidance and boundaries. How do I get to the outcome I'm looking for? Have people support me on my outcome? And most importantly, how do I maintain the respect of the team? So what you're going to do is you're going to meet with your team leader, have a coffee or a cup of tea with them in a private place, and just say, okay, I noticed the other day that you walked out of the meeting or you lost your cool. I have to tell you, I really respect everything that you do for us in this business, you know, your expertise, your knowledge. But that, when we watched that, something happened to the team. So can we talk about that? What was going on for you? When you do this with your team leader, firstly, they don't feel alone. Secondly, they know you care, okay? Because we're all human. And often what happens when this team leader has got this major role is they feel completely alone. Now, I've done a lot of executive coaching, and I can tell you this is one of the main reasons why executives seek out a coach, is because they feel alone at the top. And what I call it is almost like a Swiss cheese education. They get educated in what they do, in maybe their work itself, but they're not necessarily educated in how to manage people very well. And what will happen is the higher they go up, the more that they hope all those people challenges or those leadership challenges go away. And they go higher, higher up, and what happens is they become more and more uneasy to connect to, or more difficult to connect to, and more disconnected from their people, because they actually have a Swiss cheese education in how to really communicate effectively with people. Well, this is your opportunity, if you really care, firstly, about your team and the results of your team and where you're working, and secondly, if you have some skills and some resources that you know you can share with them. So firstly, sit down and have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee with them, find out what's going on with them, and then give them some guidance. Give them some guidance on how they can have your team bring them together. Because I think more importantly, that moment they're kind of needing a friend more than the separation of the team. That's when you need to go reach out and, you know, hey, I'm here to help, and let's do it together. That's my thought. Well, I hope you enjoyed this QQA with Alice. And again, if you have any questions with Alice, you know where to find me.